You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We've got Daniel and Sally shockers and Adam upsetting his son, Connor. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we have got so many predictions for Sharon and Daniel, for Billy and Sally, for Alan and Traci, for Diane and Victor, and also for Adam and Connor. And hey, if you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's get started. And as always, our predictions are based on official Y&R spoilers. So our very first prediction is that Sharon and Daniel spark kind of a bizarre friendship, and this is going to shock a lot of people where Daniel's concerned. So on Monday, Sharon and Daniel are talking at Crimson Lights, and on Tuesday, in spoilers, Sharon and Phyllis kind of find themselves in a strange place, which is a place of peace, maybe, and forgiveness, or at least bygones. So on Monday, though, Sharon has this heart-to-heart with Daniel, and they are talking about Sharon's recent kidnapping ordeal with Phyllis. Daniel opens up about him and Lucy and how they're still working through Heather's death. And then Daniel offers Sharon some advice about hanging on to the positives in life. And Daniel and Sharon are definitely in a much better place, and he seems to be past her framing him. And Daniel and Sharon seem to be on a path to forgiving each other because she is letting all that go about Cassie, which of course wasn't his fault anyway. And there was a spoiler in the 2025 preview where Josh Griffith said something new was coming for Daniel and implied that it was some kind of friendship, but it was something unusual. And that may be what we're seeing with him and Sharon. Now that Daniel and Sharon are both letting go of the past, they may realize they could actually be great friends and great supports to each other. However, if Daniel makes friends with Sharon, that will really bother Phyllis and may shock several people. Our second prediction is that Billy betrays Sally. So on Monday, spoilers have Billy setting things straight with Sally, and by Thursday, he is sharing a plan with Phyllis, but on Friday, Sally calls Billy's bluff. So Sally does get an apology from Billy on Monday's episode for him running off to play hero savior for Phyllis, which Sally totally gets and understands. And then Billy is reassuring Sally that she has nothing to worry about, but his reassurance is kind of sketchy because Billy tells Sally, Phyllis and I are too much alike, and that's why we don't ever work out. That's also means you could work out in the future. And then Billy's confiding in Phyllis about something he's not told Sally, and it looks like it's about his secret revenge partner who looks to be Aristotle Dumas. Thursday, Billy tells Phyllis his latest plan, while Billy has told Sally he's not chasing revenge anymore. And then Sally calls out Billy on Friday. She's calling his bluff. She's already seen these texts from Dumas. Maybe she goes and does a little homework on who this person is and finds out it's a rival of Victor's. We'll see if Billy comes clean on his revenge plan while talking to Sally, or if he keeps it just between him and Phyllis. And when she had that Valentine's Day daydream, regular dream about Billy, it was that she was accepting his need to keep chasing vengeance. So Billy hiding things from Sally while confiding in Phyllis is a betrayal to Sally, and it's a huge red flag, and she may realize Billy's feelings for Phyllis are deeper than he thinks, and she might be right. Our third prediction, fake Alan creeps back into Genoa City, and that is not going to be a good thing. So spoilers for Wednesday have Sharon helping Traci connect some of the dots about questions about Alan, who is clearly fake Alan and probably his twin Martin. By Friday, Traci is going to Jack with her concerns, according to spoilers, and he is quite worried about Traci's safety. So this week, it looks like Traci's not going to be leaving on a jet plane, not going to be going to Paris to meet Alan and whatever creepy surprise he may be cooking up. And that may be because of the talk she has with Sharon. So on Wednesday, Traci drops into Crimson Lights and she and Sharon have a talk about Alan. And of course, Sharon's in the same field as fake Alan, but really Martin, so Sharon may see some connections between Alan and her kidnapping situation at the creepy mental health clinic. Maybe Traci shares what Kyle was saying about the security alerts, because by Friday, Traci has gone to Jack and she's got concerns about Alan and isn't sure that her fiance is who he says he is. Now, what she may mean is that he's figuratively not who he says he is. Like, she thinks he's not the kindly person. Maybe he is the person who was involved in this kidnapping. I don't think it's on her bingo card that is an evil twin, right? So we'll see if it was literal or figurative when she talks to Jack. But with Traci not getting on the plane to France and instead getting increasingly suspicious, well, Alan's going to realize something's up, and I think he's going to creep back into Genoa City under the radar to tie up loose ends. Those loose ends might be Sharon, might be Phyllis, might be Traci. She might well be in danger, just as Jack has worried about. Our fourth prediction, Diane keeps quiet and plots against Victor. So on Monday, Victor is setting a trap behind enemy lines, according to spoilers. And on Thursday, Diane keeps up appearances. And on Friday, Victor catches his family off guard. So on Monday, Victor talks to Michael about their spies at Glissade. And if you don't remember, the Abbotts are absorbing Glissade into the main Jabot company. So the spies are there, but they can't really do much for Victor and Michael right now until they're completely blended into the bigger company. But eventually, Victor's moles might get access to info at Jabot that they can report back so that he can plot against Jack. And of course, that's not good for any of the Abbotts. And then on Thursday, Diane keeping up appearances. I just wonder if she realizes that Victor does have spies at Glissade and maybe she doesn't tell Jack. Maybe Diane thinks that she can handle it and the best approach is to watch and wait and plot. And if she knows that Victor is using these people for info, she can keep tabs on them. Diane could even use them to funnel false information back to Victor. And of course, if Diane doesn't tell Jack, he may wind up very upset with her, may wind up feeling betrayed that she didn't tell him about the spies. We'll see. And when Victor stuns his family, it might be by making an open attack on Jabot. We'll see. Our fifth and final prediction, Adam shocks and upsets Connor along with Chelsea. So there's a spoiler photo for this week with Adam and Chelsea having a fun moment at the house. He's on a chair. He's holding a bag of chips out of her way. She's straddling him and they're kind of wrestling around. I can't show you the picture for copyright reasons, but they're play fighting over one of those bags of chips they both love. Chelsea and Adam just made love. They're got their hearts all in on this reunion. Although Chelsea denied it to anybody that would listen that she'd get back with Adam, it's happening. But Connor has no idea. And Chelsea told their kid that she was moving in with him and his dad, Adam, at the ranch as a roommate situation. So Chelsea's been in active denial and Connor's in the dark. So I'm just wondering if Chelsea and Adam get caught canoodling by their kid and Connor is shocked because they didn't give him a heads up that they are dating. And I understand that Adam and Chelsea might have wanted to wait to see if this thing had legs before they told Connor, but he might be quite upset if he finds out before they come clean.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.